Budget phones are getting seriously good, and the Ulefone Note 17 Pro is a prime example. So is this the new king of the budget phone castle? That's what we're here to find out. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you want to know about the Ulefone Note 17 Pro, and we'll go beyond the usual review talking points and answer the real question: does it actually compete with the big boys? But before we dive into specs, buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and before we get technical, let's crack open this box and see what goodies Ulefone has packed in. As we open the box, we are greeted by a clean white package with minimal branding, nothing too crazy, a nice change from the usual clutter. Inside, the usual suspect: manuals, warranty, quick guide, all that jazz. But hey, a low bonus, a free TPU case thrown in the mix. We also got the SIM ejector and obviously the star of the show, the phone itself wrapped in plastic. Peeling off that plastic, boom! Instant premium vibes. This phone feels solid in hands, plus those metallic edges and glossy camera bezels catch a light in a way that screams premium, even if your wallet might disagree. Moving on to the box contents, we've got a zippy 33 watts fast charger. There's also a 1.2 meter red Type-C cable. A practical addition is a practical addition, right? Okay, first impression: curved display, like a Samsung or Motorola Edge, seriously smooth. But then there's the back, definitely noticeable, these huge camera bezels. The bottom bezel has some stuff going on, but let's explore that later. Honestly, I'm blown away by the design. For a low mid-ranger, it feels incredibly premium, almost like a Huawei P50 Pro. Like, seriously, look at this. The build quality is fantastic. It feels rock solid, way better than the most phones in this price range. Seriously, it punches above its weight class. Ulefone deserves some serious props here. The design is a massive leap from Note 16 Pro I reviewed last year. They really opened the game. One nice surprise: the back actually doesn't show fingerprints easily. Bonus points. However, the included case kind of does the opposite, but it's still a thoughtful addition to the package. But let's move on to the cameras. Dual lens setup kinda reminds me of the Huawei P50 Pro or the Oppo Reno 8T, but with a flashier execution. Similar trick to what Google did to the Pixel 8 Spa. A bold choice that works, makes the phone recognizable. Not saying it's the most practical, but hey, it stands out. Standard button layout on the right, Type-C port, speaker and SIM slot down below. No SD card slot for expandable storage. Standard dual SIM setup, perfect for travelers. Left side's clean, top has an infrared blaster, nothing out of the ordinary. Even the selfie notch is subtle, keep things sleek. The phone only has an IP54 splashproof rating, which is okay for basic protection. If I'm gonna use this phone daily, I need that confidence of water resistance, like real water and dust resistance, the gold standard. So yeah, maybe avoid spilling a drink on this phone. Okay, let's fire it up. Setting it up, easy breezy, standard Android stuff. Google account, apps, settings, you know the drill. It takes around 10 to 15 minutes tops. Plus, you can transfer content from your old phone, skipping the scratchy starting line. Alright, let's dive deeper into this Note 17 Pro and see what it's truly made of. This is the star of the show. The big 6.78-inch display is bright, colorful and smooth as butter thanks to its 120Hz refresh rate. It's a clear step up from the usual 60Hz you see on the budget phones and definitely stands out compared to the Motorola Edge. Seriously, Ulefone did a fantastic job here. It's a head turner for sure, but durability might be a concern. Gorilla Glass 5 protects it, but finding screen protectors that curve with it can be tricky. The pre-installed one is okay, but long-term options are limited. Speaking of concerns, some people worry about curved screens getting scratched easily. Have any of you experienced this? Drop a comment below if you have any experience with them. Your insight will be valuable for viewers. Adaptive brightness keeps things comfortable in any lighting, and even dull photos look decent on this vibrant display. Picking a wallpaper was actually a challenge for me with so many options. There's one thing to keep in mind though: while watching videos vertically is amazing, Horizontal viewing feels a bit off. I'm used to curved sides now, and holding it horizontal gives this one a slightly strange look. Need to get used to it. Still loving this display. It also has an always-on mode, which is always a nice bonus. Resolution sits at 2400 by 1200 pixels. YouTube maxes out at 2K, not 4K. But even flagship phones skip the true 4K displays these days, and the 2K here looks sharp and detailed, so no complaints here. Both the fingerprint sensor and the face unlock are blazing fast. Face unlock even seems to edge out the Pixel 8 in terms of speed. That's right, you get both face recognition and the in-display fingerprint reader for added security options. Speaking of connectivity, the phone is ready for the future with 5G support. However, to ensure compatibility with your specific carrier and region, I recommend checking the supported bands on Ulefone's website and with your carrier. This phone also boasts NFC functionality, allowing you to conveniently use it for contactless payments with your bank card and loyalty programs. One quick note: while I mentioned all the other features earlier, it's worth clarifying that the Note 17 Pro does not support eSIM cards. This functionality cannot be added through the future software updates due to hardware limitations. Now that we covered the display and security, let's talk sound. The phone packs a single speaker, delivering decent volume for casual listening, but bass lovers and anyone who enjoys immersive audio experiences will be sorely disappointed. It's definitely clearer than the Note 16 Pro, but the stereo speakers would have been amazing. Despite the basic sound system, the phone shines with its stunning display and smooth performance, so if you prioritize visuals and casual audio consumption, it would be a good option. However, if you value rich, immersive sound, this might not be the phone for you. Personally, this would be my go-to for binge watching on airplanes, paired with my favorite noise-cancelling earbuds. Alright, let's talk cameras. The headline-grabbing 108 megapixel sensor has the potential for stunning detail, but remember, megapixels alone don't guarantee quality. Software and lens are more important, so the photos are definitely a step up from the Note 16 Pro, but details soften in default mode compared to 108 megapixels due to pixel binning. To give you a better sense of how the camera performs, here's how it stacks up against the iPhone 15 Pro, Redmi Note 13 Pro, Google Pixel 8 and Xiaomi 13. Overall, the Note 17 Pro's camera is just average, better than its predecessor, an improvement but not a champion. Alright, zoom capabilities. We got 4 times digital zoom here, but let's be real, quality falls off a cliff after around 2 times zoom, so better not overdose on zoom. We also got a 5 megapixel macro sensor here, and well, let's just say it just exists. Video capture is limited to 2K without image stabilization. To give you a sense of the difference, here's a comparison with the Redmi Note 13 Pro with stabilization, and the difference is clear. But colors and the contrast are okay. Here's one more comparison for reference with the Google Pixel 8. Selfies are also average with a portrait mode that's okay for casual use. Not gonna win any awards, but it gets the job done. So let's be honest, photos and videos are not this phone's strongest point. They'll do for casual use, but you might consider other options if you prioritize high quality photo and video. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. The Helio G99 processor and 12GB of RAM won't break any records, but they handle everyday tasks like browsing, social media, scrolling, or even casual gaming without overheating. Plus, the big 256GB of storage gives you all the space you would need for apps, photos, and videos. This phone runs a clean, almost bloatware-free version of Android 13, and Ulefone promises 3 years of security updates, matching the big names at this price point. While benchmarks won't impress the power users, the phone delivers efficient performance for everyday use. That 12GB of RAM can be virtually expanded to 24GB for even better multitasking. Obviously, flagships might brag about bigger numbers, but the Note 17 Pro's budget-friendly price tag and generous storage are hard to ignore. Speaking of numbers, here's how the phone compares to some other popular options. And as you can see, the Note 17 Pro scores a respectable 409,000 points, matching the Samsung Galaxy A14. Not bad for a budget-friendly phone. Sure, the phones like a Pixel 8 have flashy specs and the iPhone's chip is a powerhouse, but keep in mind the Ulefone offers pretty good price points, coming in under $300 US. This makes it a compelling choice for users who prioritize everyday performance and value, all wrapped in a good-looking phone. Alright, let's ditch the numbers and see how this phone performs in a real-world gaming scenarios. Games are the true test of phone's power, right? So first up, my personal favorite, Asphalt 9 Legends. Played at the highest frame rate, this phone handles those neon cityscapes pretty nice. Smooth visuals and vibrant colors. If you're looking for a visual treat, that Note 17 Pro delivers. Now let's ramp up the difficulty with the Call of Duty Mobile. I maxed out the frame rate with medium graphics settings, and the phone held its own surprisingly well, averaging around 90 FPS. This phone definitely does the job. Next, PUBG. Standard settings, smooth gameplay, chicken dinner guaranteed. Definitely Ulefone would be just fine for the casual gamers. It handles all the popular titles. For a budget phone, it holds its own in this demanding game, and for casual players who enjoy simpler games like Candy Crush, this phone is a breeze. You could probably run multiple instances at once without any issues. So, while the Note 17 Pro might not be a top-tier gaming phone, it's a solid contender for casual players. Remember, it's not about pushing every setting to the limit, it's about finding the balance between performance and enjoyable gameplay. And Ulefone, my friends, achieves just that. As for the battery, in my test I got a solid 4 days on average use, and even heavy users should manage a day or a day and a half. That beats my Pixel 8, plus it charges to 100% in an hour with its 33 watts fast charger, which is actually faster than iPhone 15 Pro. However, it skips wireless charging. Okay, let's wrap things up. This phone is a definitely step up from its predecessor. However, Ulefone dropped the ball on the camera. On the main 108 megapixel sensor takes decent pictures, the lack of image stabilization makes videos shaky. Still, for the price, it offers features you won't find in many other budget phones, a stunningly smooth 120Hz display and a premium looking design. One major letdown, the mono speaker. Immersive audio requires earbuds, and this is a missed opportunity. So who should consider this phone? If you're on a tight budget and prioritize stylish phone with decent performance, the Note 17 Pro is worth considering. Just keep in mind the mono speaker and the basic camera system with its limited use macro lens. Ultimately, the decision depends on your priorities and risk tolerance. So hit me up in the comments. Should you take a chance on this budget beauty? Let me know what you think. And I hit you with a quick disclaimer. Ulefone sent me this phone for free to review, but all the opinions are my own. I wasn't pressured to say anything positive or negative, and I wasn't paid for this video. This is just my honest take. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.